Being a high-powered female family law attorney was my pride and joy. I used to think men were the problem and that I was the solution. In every custody case, in every courtroom I entered, I told myself the same story, that fathers were dangerous, controlling, or absent. I wore that bias like armor. My tailored suits were sharp, my voice was louder than most men's, and I believed that made me powerful. But what I didn't realize was that my arrogance was destroying good men and good families. For years, I only represented mothers. I joke that I could get any woman whatever she wanted in family court. Custody, child support, even revenge. If a father spoke up or pushed back, I'd twist his words. Sometimes I'd even forget to tell the court when he was polite, and instead say he was aggressive or hung up on me. It was all part of the game, until one case changed everything. A woman came into my office claiming her ex had abducted their son and fled to Costa Rica. She was shaking, crying, telling me he'd vanished. It sounded serious. I filed an emergency petition before the ink on her retainer even dried. But when I looked deeper, I found something that didn't add up. The father was a dual citizen, Costa Rica and the U.S. He had emails, proof that he'd been begging her to agree to their son's dual citizenship and passport. He'd even shown plans to return home before school started. Still, I built my argument. I convinced the judge this man was dangerous, that he was trying to keep the child overseas forever. The court ruled against him. He lost time with his son. He was ordered to pay higher child support, and his name, his reputation, was shredded in that courtroom. Weeks later, I got a call. The father had collapsed at work, a heart attack brought on by exhaustion. He'd been working double shifts to pay the new child support order and legal fees. The police report mentioned he missed a scheduled pickup because he was in the hospital. I called my client to tell her. She laughed, actually laughed. She said, "Good. Maybe now he'll stop pretending to be a good dad." In that moment, something inside me broke. I realized this wasn't about justice. My client didn't care about her son. She cared about winning. And I had become her weapon. I couldn't sleep for days. I went back and read every affidavit I'd ever written. Every time I'd exaggerated, every time I'd helped a woman weaponize the system. I had turned the courtroom into a battlefield, and fathers were the casualties. So I made a decision. I ended my contract with that client. I restructured my firm to represent both men and women. And I promised myself I would never again assume guilt because of gender. I used to believe family court was a place where mothers fought for their children. Now I know it's where truth fights for survival. And too often, the truth is on the father's side.